Hello and thanks for joining us. This is a Signature TV News Update. I am Brenda Etta. In the headlines, Senator Shehu Sani accuses security chiefs of diverting funds meant for prosecuting war against terrorists. Federal Ministry of Environment launches nature-based solution to fight climate change. Leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, remanded in Department of State Services custody. And now the details. Senator Shehu Sani has accused security chiefs of funneling funds meant for prosecuting the war against terrorists, bandits, and other criminal elements into building their personal business empires. The former lawmaker lamented the lingering security challenges in the country, saying citizens were being massacred daily because security agents and the government of the day had become hopeless and helpless. Sani stated this on Sunday when he featured on the Signature show on AIT. According to him, banditry and kidnapping in Nigeria has become a business enterprise for some elements, such that ransom being paid by the victims got to them directly.
But from what I've seen, it has become a business for many people. Billions are now pumped into banditry and terrorism in form of ransom, and there seems not to be any in sight. And from the side of the government, hundreds of billions are being pumped into security and defense apparatus, and it's still not solving the problem. I will always make references to this. The Minister of Finance, Ajia Zainab, made a recent disclosure that she has released 1.3 trillion naira in 28 months with Nigerian Army under the last service chiefs. Different from the special approvals and allocations which they have been going to get from, which they have been going to the president to get. From 2015 to date, defense and security budgets have been the highest, gets the highest allocation in our national annual budgets. Our security agencies, before the coming of this service chief, what do? They are all establishing universities in their villages. They are launching, now the security agencies are building hotels and shopping malls. They have also having business unit. Is that what a security agency is supposed to do? To build event centers, to build shopping malls, to build hotels, to build universities? What are we supposed to do as a country? We are over 211 million people. Niger is 1.5 times the size of Nigeria. Algeria is almost twice the size of Nigeria in landmass. If they can secure their borders, we should be able to secure our borders and secure our country. I want leaders that will be decisive, firm, and strong on banditry, on armed herdsmen, on terrorism.
The Federal Ministry of Environment on Monday launched Reducing Emissions from Deforestation and Degradation Strategy Program, RED+, a nature-based solution approach to national development program that seeks to protect and preserve forests and fight against climate change. Signature TV correspondent Chibueze Obi was at the launch and now reports.
The Minister of Environment, Mohammed Abubakar, who launched the RED+ document, stated that the program would run for the next 30 years. According to him, the program was targeted to reduce emissions by 20% in the next 10 years and make Nigeria become a climate-resilient and self-reliant nation. He called on United Kingdom and other international partners to continue to support Nigeria's effort to protect its natural resources as well as contributing in combating global climate change.
Nigeria's vision for implementing RED+ is to establish a climate-resilient economy through sustainable management of forests to enhance carbon sink and reduce GHG emission by at least 20% by the year 2050. Recognizing the significance of the forest and land sector as a source of Nigeria's GHG emissions and the need for international support to help develop and implement nature-based solutions identified in the strategy. Result-based payments for successful implementation of the RED+ strategy can be blended with other private and public sources of finance to support a healthy forest sector. We call on the UK and other governments through their High Commission and embassies here in Nigeria to hear and to amplify our message that we are like many other nations, are suffering from the effect of climate change today, that we are committed to protecting and improving our own natural environment for the benefit of Nigerians, while also combating global climate change.
The Chairman House of Representatives Committee on Climate Change, Ibrahim Boka, who was represented by Suleiman Gumi, stated that the effective implementation of RED Plus program would increase foreign earnings from the agricultural sector, as well as having abundant natural resources. He pleaded for support from every stakeholder involved to ensure that the program will yield positive results. Lending her voice, the Minister of Women Affairs, Pauline Tallinn, said women should be engaged in the program as they would play a major role in the process.
Diversification of Nigeria's economy is a major agenda of the administration of the President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, and the success of RED Plus will open yet another major revenue drive for the country. The world is offering huge resources for carbon emission reduction mitigation. All we need to do is put our acts together, support the RED Plus initiative, and Nigeria can be a major beneficiary of a good environment and economic boost.
For this launch to be sustained, we must constantly engage women as crucial partners in this regard. Be assured of the readiness of the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs to continuously work with the Federal Ministry of Environment to drive this process.
Sean Mebun, Head of Climate Change and Energy West Africa and British High Commissioner representative, stated that United Kingdom was working with Nigerian government to secure its ecosystem and fortify it against disaster caused by climate change. Highlighted several engagements and efforts of the Commission in the fight against climate change and ecosystem preservation globally. The World Bank country representative, Shobham Shodure, who was represented by Dr. Montavane, commended the Nigerian Ministry of Environment for their relentless effort in developing the program.
We have also been working with Nigeria's Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development on the COP26 Sustainable Agriculture Dialogue and how to better target policy and support that can help both farmers and consumers without harming nature and the climate, which is also what RED Plus seeks to do. By collaborating with others, federal government can underpin successful interventions that support climate and biodiversity and livelihoods.
This is a big milestone for Nigeria's fight against global climate change and a substantial contribution of Nigeria to the global agenda for mitigation.
Reducing emissions from deforestation and degradation RED Plus was born out of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change in Cancun, which encouraged developing country partners to contribute to climate mitigation action in the forest sector. In Abuja, Chibuezobi for SignatureTV.
Vice President Yemi Osibanjo has launched Generation Unlimited Initiative, a program which is designed to empower Nigerian youth. While delivering his keynote address in Abuja on Monday, Osibanjo said that Generation Unlimited Initiative will help provide 20 million young Nigerians and digital skills, education, employment, and entrepreneurship by 2030. Blessing Adejo witnessed the event and now reports.
This program is important because it promises to provide 20 million Nigerians with digital skills, link them to entrepreneurial and other job opportunities, and assist them in realizing their full potential. GenU is an initiative of the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, launched in September 2018 in collaboration with over 200 partners. It has reached to date more than 100 million young people through innovation and programs in some 30 countries across 6 continents. Nigeria has one of the world's largest young populations, and it bears repeating that our country's youth are the nation's present and indeed its future. A the cost of failing to invest in them is quite simply unimaginable. So we're excited to be a part of the ambitious goal of reaching young Nigerians with this opportunity.
Leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, will remain in the custody of the Department of State Services, despite a request to transfer him to Kuje Correctional Center. Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court gave the order on Monday during the resumption of Kanu's trial in Abuja. In an application to the judge, Kanu had argued that he cannot get a fair trial if he remains in the custody of the DSS. He also sought an order to grant him access to his medical doctor for the purpose of carrying out a comprehensive independent medical examination on him. In her verdicts, Justice Nyako ordered that the DSS should allow access to Mr. Kanu, although it won't be a free-for-all with Mr. Kanu absent in court. The judge adjourned the trial to October 21. The DSS said Mr. Kanu's absence in court was due to logistic reasons. In business, the Naira exchanged a dollar at 503 at the parallel market on Friday, according to the Bureau de Change operators. Figures obtained from the official website for the licensed BDCs by the Central Bank of Nigeria showed that the Naira was bought and sold for 502 and 503.5. The Naira had earlier traded at 504 to $1 early in July. At the investors and export forex window, the Naira hit a high of 412.25 but closed at 411.50. On the CBN's website, the banking regulator maintained the official rate of the Naira to the dollar at 410.18 per dollar. The CBN had earlier said that it was increasing foreign exchange allocated to banks to meet legitimate needs. It assured that the BDCs will continue to have their weekly allocations. On the foreign scene, a man accused of trying to kill Mali's military strongman, Assimi Goïta, has died in custody. The government said on Sunday the suspect, whose identity has not been revealed, had been taken in custody following the assassination attempts at Bamako's Grand Mosque on Tuesday. The government in a statement said it has ordered an autopsy to determine the cause of death. Goïta was whisked away by his security details after a man armed with a knife attacked him at Goïta after prayers for Eid al-Adha on Tuesday. His attacker, a man dressed in jeans and a white shirt, was apprehended at the scene and taken away by the Malian intelligence services. In sports, Chelsea legend John Terry has left his role as Aston Villa assistant head coach after 3 years on the job. Terry, 40, joined Villa as a player in the summer of 2017, taking on the captaincy. He played 32 games for the Manland outfits in 2017-2018 season, before then becoming assistant to boss Dean Smith in October 2018. Terry said it had been a tremendous honor and privilege to have spent the last 3 years at Aston Villa, but feels now is the right time to make the extremely difficult decision to move on. Aston Villa manager Dean Smith, in reaction, said he is disappointed to lose John as part of his coaching staff, but fully understand and respect his decision. Before we end the news, a recap of our major stories. Senator Shehu Sani accused security chiefs of funneling funds meant for prosecuting war against terrorists. Federal Ministry of Environment launched a nature-based solution to fight climate change. Leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has been remanded in the Department of State Services custody. This followed the adjournment of the case as ordered by Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court. Safety and security begin with you. Be patriotic. Report any suspicious activity to law enforcement agencies. Please stay safe. That's the Signature TV News Update. On behalf of my producer, Damilola Abudu, thanks for watching. I am Brenda Etta.